What's up, everybody? It's your man Rev, and you are now tuned in to another episode of Rated Rev, right here on the Buffalo Fanatics Network. Smash that like and hit the subscribe button. You know how we do. From week to week, we bring you that heat. So clear the table. It's time to eat. Let's get it.
Listen up, sports bettors. Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in all season long. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props, parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional customer service, BetUS.com has you covered. Visit BetUS.com to sign up today. BetUS, where the game begins.
Yo, what's up, Buffalo Fanatics? What's good, everybody? Yo, I apologize for the delay. I was having some minor technical difficulties getting started, but I am here now. Glad to be here with you guys. Let me know if everything is good, if you can hear me well. I had some people in here talking about, yo, Rev, make sure you turn your mic and your camera on. Yo, I think I've got everything on now, so let me know. Make sure I don't have any echo going on. But if not, let's get this thing popping, baby. Grace and peace to everybody who is joining me right now. Welcome to another edition of Rated Rev, brought to you by BetUS on the Buffalo Fanatics Network. You already know what time it is, baby. You guys do me this favor, smash that like, hit the subscribe button, and turn on those bell notifications. And this is a roll call. We do this every single week. I want to know where you guys are watching from. Let me know what's happening. Let's get this popping, baby. The chat's already going off. I see everybody in here. What's good? What's good? Let me see who I got. Yo. I stick by the bill. Says, yo, let's get this popping. Ronald Enoch said, yo, what's up, Rev? What's good, Ronald? What is going on to everybody in here in the chat who's joining me live right now? YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Welcome. Glad to be here with you. And to those who watch on replay, what's up? And to everybody who's listening by podcast format, what's good? This is Rated Rev. I've got my man Ryan coming in here from Rochester. I've got Max Doberman from Holland, Ohio. What's happening? There we go. Now you guys are popping in here. Connor, Niagara Falls. Sweat from Indianapolis. What's happening? Ronald Ringler from PA. What's good, baby? Chris 716, always in the house. South Buffalo, what's good? James Hill from Vancouver Island. Yo. Glad to be here with everybody. Eric Island. Red, what's up? From Indiana, what's good? Michael Briggs from Randolph, New York. What's happening, everybody? Oh, I've got Benji from Tel Aviv. What's up, Benji? Man, glad you could be here with us. I've got Jim Graham from Pritchard, Alabama. Mike Oppenheimer, OP716. Mitch Thomas, Kingston, Ontario. What's happening? Day Trooper GW from Houston. WB2DX Anderson, South Carolina. Steve Jameson from Syracuse. You guys already know what time it is. Glad to be here with you guys. Oh man, do I got another brother from El Paso? Caesar from Hernandez, from El Paso, Texas. What's good, Caesar? 915, baby. You know what's happening. That's where I'm at. The House TV, Puerto Rico. What's good, everybody? So many of you guys here are joining me right now live, and I am excited to be here with you all. I hope everybody is ready for another episode of Rated Rev. I know I'm excited. I know you guys are excited too. I know maybe you may even be a little bit concerned, right? Or you think about everything that's going on already. Are you thinking about the news? We're going to get into all of that. We are definitely going to get into all of that tonight. So make sure you stay tuned here. Man, we've got a jam-packed show for you guys tonight. We've got a lot to get into. I know you guys have already heard about the news. We're going to talk about that. But we've got a game this weekend. The Buffalo Bills had a mini bye, and they enter the second game of their AFC East trilogy against the New York Jets. Part 2, baby. Part 2. And so, yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. This is gonna be a good show. The news that came out today, wow. It's I don't know how you guys feel about it. I know how I feel about it. But let's get into it right now. Matter of fact, this is a new, I guess you can call it a new segment. This is going to be the lead-off topic of the show. This is what we lead off the show with, and it's called First and 10. Check it out.
It's First and 10.
First and 10, baby. First and 10, the lead-off topic of the show. Of course, everybody knows it is none other than Von Miller. Man, what type of, how heartbreaking news was that? So to find out today that our man Von Miller went to Texas, if I'm not mistaken, to have some surgery, right? Or just to kind of look in there and check his knee out, whatever. And then he come to find out that he tore his ACL. He tore his ACL, and they went ahead and repaired it. And so Von Miller is out for the entire year with a torn ACL. I mean, how fast did news change, right? Because the last we heard, he was on short-term IR, right? He was put on IR by Brandon Beane. Everybody was anticipating him returning after 4 weeks or so, and revisiting it and seeing how everything goes. And Von Miller even thought that he could play this week against the Jets. Brandon Beane shut that down, put him on IR. Hoping that he would be fine in a few weeks, 4 weeks. Nonetheless, come to find out, he's done for the year. Torn ACL. Man, that's tough. That's tough, man. I don't know. I don't know how he could have dealt with that news, man. I mean, that news was imagine being Vaughn, right? I mean, he goes in, and doesn't he go to Texas to have some type of just minor? Doesn't he have some type of surgery? I don't think he went there to have ACL repair surgery. I think he went in there to have something else, right? And then only to find out that, oh no, you tore your ACL. We had to go ahead and replace that. Like, that's tough. I mean, that's got to be tough, right? Because he came in here under the impression that he would be fine, in a few weeks. In a few weeks. He thought he was going to be fine in a few weeks. But that wasn't the case. And so, David says, he went and he had a knee scope and a cleanup. Yeah, so he had a knee scope, a scope and a cleanup, man, and then came out and found out that he tore his ACL. Like that's tough. That's tough, and that's news. And I don't understand. I don't know how he could honestly, man, how he could even handle that news any better than he did. I mean, I'm trying to pull up his video clip that I had. Matter of fact, here I think I can get it right here. Oh dang, I can't pull it up. But anyway, you guys saw the clip, right? Von Miller clip. He was like surprisingly okay. At least that's the way he appeared on this video, right? You guys saw it when he was, at the hospital bed, and he was just trying to, encourage the fans, encourage Bills Mafia, say, hey, man, guys, I'm all right. I'm feeling good. I'm in good spirits. I'm good. And then he kind of and then he was like, yo, you guys don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel bad for me. Everything's gonna be all right. And then he ended his clip up by saying, hey, don't blink. Like that's incredible leadership, man. Like that, for him to do that, getting that news like that, right? I mean, that's got to be devastating. I mean, for anybody else, maybe he just put on a good face, right? But I don't know, man. He for him to be able to do that after getting that kind of news and being able to say, you know what, hey, it's gonna be all right. I'm fine. We're gonna be okay, but don't blink. Imagine the ripple effect that has to have on the locker room, especially the defense, right? And on the defensive line. When you've got guys like AJ Epinesa and Shaq Lawson, Greg Rousseau, Boogie Basham, you get those guys right there who are hearing that they heard the news, devastating news, right, from a guy, their leader, that they look up to, the guy that has poured everything that he has into them over this season. And then to hear him say, hey, don't blink, we're going to be all right. Like, that's got to be encouraging, right? I mean, yeah, it's tough news, right? I mean, yeah, it's sad, and I think that it can dampen spirits, right? But when a leader like Vaughn can say, hey, don't blink, like everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. I think that has to uplift everybody in that locker room, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And no doubt, man, like no doubt. I mean, this is, I mean, we say it, right? I mean, it's the next man up, right? I mean, like Day Trooper GW said, yo, next man up, let's go. I mean, that's true, man. I mean, it is what it is. It definitely is the next man up, right? I mean, we can't understate, first of all, I mean, how valuable a guy like Von Miller is. And you don't really just replace him, right? I mean, because, I mean, that's a future Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, in my opinion. And a guy with the numbers he has, you just don't replace him. So guys are gonna have to step up. But when you look at his impact, right, and how his absence can impact the defensive line, I mean, look at his numbers right now. I mean, so far, I mean, he has 8 sacks, so he leads the team in sacks. Behind him, I think is Greg Rousseau with 5. So you're gonna miss that sack production from a guy like Von Miller, who's a closer, right? And I mean, he was having a fantastic season. Fantastic season. I mean, you just think about how many more sacks he likely could have gotten, had it not been for that injury. He would have easily hit double-digit sacks. Easily. I'm talking about 12 to 13 probably in the regular season alone. Like, he was having that good of a year. So for everybody who was saying, hey, that contract is looking bad, no, it's not. You can't predict injuries. That contract that they signed him to was worth it, in my opinion. Worth it. Well worth it. Well worth it. Nobody else on this team is on pace to hit those numbers like Vaughn was. So that contract is worth it. Now, I mean, yeah, you can look at it now and be like, oh yeah, he's out for the year. You know what I'm saying? But come on now. I would do it again. That's how valuable he is. And but when you look at his absence, I mean, how could it impact the defense and the defensive line? Well, first and foremost, I mean, it has to be the leadership aspect, right? I mean, because you have a guy like that in the locker room who's out. Now you need to fill the leadership void. So who are you going to rely on across the defensive line to step up and fill that leadership void? Is it Greg Rousseau? He's a young player. Boogie Basham? No. Shaq? Maybe. He's a vet, right? But how much control and how much does he have in that defensive line room? You know what I'm saying? AJ? No. So I think it's going to be a collective, right? It's going to have to be a collective to fill that leadership void. It's going to be tough. No doubt it's going to be hard. But I think the way this team is made up, I think we're going to be okay, right? I mean, William on YT says, "Yo, I got faith in the youngins." Yeah. I mean, we got no choice, right? We have no choice. We have to step up. I mean, we have to trust these guys, right? Shaq, yeah, Texas Flood says Shaq, yeah, man, definitely. So, it's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right. Silas comes in here. He says, "Yo, it's not just his on the field production, but it's his teaching the younger guys that will be missed." 100%, 100%. So we'll hope that the younger guys absorbed as much as they could from Vaughn. And I don't think that this is just like the end, right? Like this is not just the end, right? You like I think Vaughn is still gonna be he's still gonna be there. Right. He's still going to be on the sidelines. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets once he gets well, I think he's going to be there. He's going to be in the room, right? Helping these guys, teaching them, training them. He's that kind of guy. He's just not going to go absent. As a matter of fact, I mean, listen what Brandon Beane had to say about this.
Vaughn has been great for us, not only as a player, but the championship mentality, all the things he's brought to our team, and he's going to continue. He's going to come back. This guy's not hanging it up. He's determined. He was excited when I talked to him last night. Hated that it happened, but he already had his focus on his rehab and coming back here helping this team finish the season strong, and then he'll be here this offseason. So, no, I'm surely glad we got Von Miller.
Look at that. Even the GM, I mean, Brandon Beane he's touched by the leadership of Von Miller. Now, no doubt, you can kind of tell that he's he got hit pretty hard, right? Brandon Beane. And I'm sure, no doubt, I mean, this was like a huge shockwave across the entire, organization, really. All right. But they got faith in him. And they know he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back better than ever. He's gonna be strong. I mean, I know people say, well, man, he's on the plus side of 30. But when you look at the way that guy plays and the way he takes care of himself, I mean, it's hard not to believe that he'll be back. The only thing is that because this happened so late in the year, right? I mean, when he injured his knee, that was Thanksgiving, just like Trey. So we can anticipate not seeing him until roughly the same time next year, late in the season. So that's going to be tough. So we're going to miss him on the field and off the field now into the rest of the season through the playoffs. But then the offseason and all that kind of stuff, he's going to be rehabbing into the regular season of next year. He's not going to be on the field. Not going to be on the field. Of course, Sean McDermott wouldn't give a timeline, but we all already know, right? I mean, when you look at how long it took Trey to get back on the field, it was a good year, 12 months, right? From Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving. So we can anticipate it being at least that long. Unless he's on some Adrian Peterson type stuff, you know what I'm saying? It can come back a lot earlier. I don't know. But he's definitely going to be missed. He's definitely going to be missed. But that I think that these young guys are going to step up. I definitely think that the young guys are going to step up, and they have to, right? They have to. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And when you look at the matchups ahead of us, right? I mean, granted, like when I think about the Jets, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but the Jets matchup, I mean, I don't necessarily know that we would quote unquote, I mean, like need Von Miller, you know what I'm saying? Because I just don't have a lot of faith in Mike White really beating us like that. I mean, and then his style of play, they get the ball out very quickly. So, I don't know if there'll be many opportunities to get their hands on the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? To sack him. I think what we're going to need is good coverage, right? I think we're going to need good coverage to disrupt the timing, because he's a timing and rhythm thrower. And so if we can disrupt the timing, I think that'll bode well for us. But anyway, we'll talk about that. But then you look ahead, the Dolphins, yeah, maybe, but into the playoffs, that's where his presence is really going to be missed, right? Because he's a closer. We signed him not just for the regular season, but we signed him for the playoffs and to make a Super Bowl push. So now he's no longer on the field. So other guys are definitely going to have to step up. And we're going to talk about some guys that need to step up. But before we get into that, I want to jump into this injury report because we got the Wednesday injury report today, and so let's kind of run down this injury report together and see if anything kind of stands out. So when we look at this injury report, off the top, I mean, we see Deion Dawkins, right? Because remember, Deion Dawkins has been dealing with that high ankle sprain, right? Deion was limited today, which is a good sign. Sean McDermott said that he was going to be practicing today on a limited basis, along with David Quessenberry. So both of those guys who are dealing with ankle injuries were limited today in practice. So hopefully, we can get Deion back on the field for Sunday. We are definitely going to need Deion Dawkins on the field. Quessenberry, I mean, no. Okay. I can't deal with Quessenberry and Spencer. Spencer Brown is bad enough. To have Quessenberry on the field, to going against the Jets defensive line, I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely need Deion Dawkins back. We look at who else did not participate. We see Reggie Gillum is dealing with an ankle injury. Matt Milano, that's the one that really stands out to me. Obviously, we see Jordan Phillips with a shoulder injury, and we saw what happened last game when he was chasing Mac Jones, and he dove for him, behind the line of scrimmage to try to sack him. He missed him, and he landed on his shoulder. So he injured his shoulder. I don't know the extent of it, but it must have been severe enough for him not to have participated in practice. So, man, this guy's just having some pretty bad luck in terms of the injuries this year. But hopefully he'll get back on the field. But we'll see. But Matt Milano is the one that really stands out to me. This guy right here, man, he is so critical to the defense. And I don't know what happened to Matt, honestly. I mean, it says that he had a knee injury, but I don't know what's up. Like, I think Sean McDermott said he's day to day, right? So hopefully everything is okay. But dude, like we need that guy. Because to me, man, like and I agree with Ravi. He says, Milano is the heart and soul of our defense. If he's out, we're in trouble. Yeah, man. I mean, between Milano and Poirier, like those guys are the heart and soul, definitely. But you want Milano on the field, okay? For what he offers, for what he brings to the table, that cannot be replicated. It cannot be replicated. This guy is having a remarkable season. In my opinion, he's having a Pro Bowl caliber season easily. And so we just need him to stay healthy. But the guy gets banged up a lot. I wouldn't necessarily say he's injury prone, but he does get banged up quite a bit. So hopefully he's all right. Okay, hopefully he's all right. Texas flood. Nah, man. Nah, bro. I think you need to calm down, man. Respectfully, but I mean, he says though, no Milano, no Vaughn, fold up the tent. No, we're not folding. We're definitely not folding. We've come too far to fold, and that's not in our DNA. We don't fold. We don't quit. We don't give up. Okay, it's next man up mentality. The mantra for this season is find a way. And we're going to find a way. We found a way to win all season, dealing with these injuries that we've had. Unprecedented amount of injuries all season. And yet and still, here we are, 9-3. On top of our division, number 1 seed in the AFC currently right now. Losses to 3 teams that should have been wins in spite of the injuries. So, no, we're not folding. We're not folding. Definitely not doing that. Mafia's going to be the Bills, but the Bills are going to be fine. I trust the coaching staff and I trust the players to step up. Okay? I definitely do. So I don't want anybody giving up. Okay? And like my man Jim Graham says, we still have Allen and Diggs. And like my man Pierre would say, remember who we have. Remember who we have, baby. And that's Josh Allen. Okay? Now, if Josh gets hurt, now that's a different story. Okay. But knock on wood. Okay, knock on wood. That's not going to happen. All right. I do want to say something, and I'm glad Ibrahim Hassan brought this up. He said, Mike Love gonna shine. Wait and see. Well, I don't know about that, but what that does make me wonder is if Brandon Beane is going to have to sign somebody else, right? Because we've got 4 defensive tackles, right? I mean not defensive tackles, defensive ends. Greg Rousseau, AJ Epinesa, Shaq Lawson, Boogie Basham, right? Those 4. Mike Love, yeah, as well too. But man, I wonder if Brandon Beane is if he's gonna be looking, in the free agent market, trying to see, who's on the field, who's on the field, who's on the couch, who they can like bring in, and I had thought about this earlier. I was like, what about, and I don't know like the shape this guy's in or not like that, but what would you guys think about Brandon Beane going to bring back Mario Addison? Robbie says bring back Zoe Alexander. No, he's too old. But Mario Addison, right? I mean, he's just what a couple of years removed, right? I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but I mean, dadgum. I mean, if Jerry Hughes is still playing, like looking like he dipped in the fountain of youth down there in Houston, I mean, I wonder what Mario can bring. I mean, if not just for veteran presence, right? I'm not expecting him to, what I'm saying, like to be in a heavy rotation or anything like that, but just for the numbers' sake, right? No, just numbers' sake. Richard Forbes says, yo, Zoe's like 40 now. Yeah, I don't know how old Mario Addison is. Somebody let me look that up. I wonder how old he is. The only reason why I bring him up is because he played here, right? That's the only reason why. And he's just a couple of years removed. Let me see how old he is. Mario's 35. Fam, he's young, dog. He's still young. 35. For me, I say, hey, man. I don't know, man. It's just a numbers thing. I just threw it out there just because I've noticed that when things like this happen, they tend to trying to go back to grab guys who have familiarity with the system, right? With the scheme. I mean, case in point, AJ Klein, right? When we started getting low on linebacker numbers, what did they do? They brought AJ Klein back, right? And AJ Klein ain't no spring chicken either. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. We'll see. But all it takes is one more injury across the defensive end position for us to be incredibly thin, right? I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but it could happen. It could happen. Victor Ubi says, yo, Addison, you high. Well, you tell me somebody else, man. I'm just trying to find somebody else. And it's just something I just threw out there. I was just wondering. I definitely think that Brandon Beane is going to have to look. I just do. But we'll see. We definitely will see. Y'all hating on my man Mario. Anyway, let's move on, man. Let's move on. So that's enough for the injury report. Like I said, Milano is day to day with the knee injury. He did not participate. Jordan Phillips did not participate with shoulder injury. Reggie Gillum did not participate today. Deion Dawkins is limited with an ankle, and Questenberry is limited with an ankle. Everybody else was fine, right? Ryder Saffold was on there, but he was on there for a veteran rest day. So I think we'll be okay. I think we will be okie dokie. All right. Everybody in here right now, yo, shout out to everybody, man. We've got over 150 something in here right now. Shout out to you guys. Do me this favor if you can. Smash that like, hit the subscribe button, and turn on those bell notifications. But yo, as we move on in the show, I was thinking, all right, so with the absence of Von Miller, right? With the absence of Von Miller, and as we are going into this crucial part of our schedule, right? It's revenge tour against a couple of AFC East foes who served us up with some L's earlier in the year. What do we need to see from other guys, right? What do we need to see from other guys? Because if you ask me, I think it's time to put up or shut up.
Put up or shut up.
It's like in my hand, I'm ruling.
It's time to put up or shut up, man. So I'm going to solicit you guys' help. I need you guys' help. Without Von Miller, we know how important he was and how important he is. Who needs to put up or shut up across this defensive line to help lessen the blow, so to speak? Let me know. Who do you guys think? For me, one has got to be Groot, right? It has to be Greg Rousseau. Like that's the guy that Von Miller really took under his wings this offseason and really going into the whole year. I mean, he really poured a lot into him. Not saying that he didn't pour into the other guys, but he really saw something in Greg Rousseau, right? What was that he called him at the beginning of the year, or maybe it was an off season? I can't remember. He said something about he's gonna feed him gunpowder and something else. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Greg Rousseau, and even he was like, I remember him hearing a clip during the game. He was like, "Yo, man, yo, Greg, yo, take over, like take over, fam. Like you have the ability to take over these games, like take over." I think that was earlier in the year. I think it may have been against the Rams, or I think it was a Rams game to start the season off. Then anyway, Greg Rousseau, man, with 5 sacks on the year, not a whole lot, right? But still, man, I mean, um, he's playing well, and he's getting better, and you can see that. And you can see the mentality shift, right? And how Von Miller has really impacted his mentality. So like now, Greg Rousseau, I think he believes in himself even more. We definitely need to see Greg Rousseau to put up. I mean, he has to put up this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? From going on, from here on out, that's what I'm trying to say. From here on out, we need Greg Rousseau to put up. He definitely has to, because when you're as big as he is, 6'6", 270, right, with his wingspan, first round draft pick, second year, right, pro, being tutelage. Being mentored by Von Miller, like he needs to take over these games, man. He definitely needs to take over these games. He's great against the run, but man, we need him. We need him in that sack department, because somebody's gonna have to step up in that sack department. Now, I tend to believe that we're probably going to get sacks from other guys, not necessarily across the defensive line. The defensive ends, but we're going to need somebody to step up, right? Another guy, and I'm seeing other people in here talking about him, and that's Shaq Lawson, man. Shaq Lawson. Let me go ahead and give my man Shaq a banner. Shaq Lawson. And I agree. Somebody in here said, yo, he's been a pleasant surprise. Or is it at? Where did it go? Yeah, Ronald. Yeah, Ronald said it. Yo, Ronald said, yo, Shaq has been a pleasant surprise. I mean, he really has. I'm trying to pull him up. And obviously, Shaq is not the sack guy, right? I mean, he's got 1.5 sacks on the year, 11 tackles. But his impact has really been felt, especially across the run, man. I mean, in the run game, we know that's his thing. He contains the edge. That's what he does. And so I think he and Greg Rousseau are going to make sure that runs don't get on the outside, right? And so this is going to be a collective effort by the defensive line now. It's definitely going to be a collective effort by the defensive line. My man Silas Whittle comes in here with the super chat. Silas, what's good, baby? He says, yo, Ed, Oliver, Groot, and AJ need to bring pressure with Vaughn out. First and second round talent that needs to produce to the level of their draft. I mean, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you have to get production out of a guy, especially a guy named AJ Epinesa, right? I mean, because good grief, man, like AJ Epinesa has been underwhelming, to say the least, right? I mean, he flashes every once in a while, but I mean, he's by and large, man. I mean, he's kind of a disappointment. Although this year, I mean, so far he's got 4.5 sacks on the year. He's got 4.5 sacks on the year, and I think that's his season high in his career. If I'm not correct, if I remember correctly, I think that is a season high so far. So he's flashing, but I need him to flash consistently. So I would agree with Silas. I mean, second round pick. I mean, golly, I mean that was the first pick of that draft. Was it 2020 draft, right? Second round. They went with AJ Epinesa, a big slow guy out of Iowa, right? Who they try to turn into this bendy pass rusher. I mean, and it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But we need all of these guys to step up. Boogie Basham needs to step up, right? So I think a lot of pressure is going to be on these defensive lines, and they're young on these defensive lines, these defensive ends. And these guys are young, though. So I think other people need to step up, too. Other people across that, not just the defensive end position, but across the defensive line in general, need to put up. Who else do you guys think needs to put up? Where is it at? Let me see here. Yes, Alice, I agree, man. He says it again. He said your Epinesa literally changed his body to be the bendy edge rusher. It's time to show up. Yeah, he did. He did. Who else? Ronald Enoch says Ed Oliver. Victor says Oliver has to go bananas. Yeah, I need Ed Oliver just to really take over, right? I mean, this guy, I just need him to be dominant, man. You know, he can do it. That's the thing about Ed is he has moments where he's just like, this guy's unstoppable, right? He's just unstoppable. But I need him to do it on a more consistent basis, right? More consistent basis. That's what I want to see out of Ed Oliver. I mean, so far, he's got a PFF grade of 74.4, right? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. He's got 3 sacks on the year so far, right? 1 forced fumble, 2 assists, 18 solo tackles, right? He's having himself a pretty good year. But when guys go out, man, when guys like Von Miller go out, you need the guy. And again, he's another first-round draft pick, right? Top 10 pick. So you need him to step up too. What is it? I'm looking at here? I see some people talking about. Hold on. Victor says I don't like Ed Oliver as defensive end. He has really short arms. Yeah. Ed Oliver is not going to be defensive end. He's not. He's just not going to be a defensive end. He can't play that position, right? So yeah, he's a gap penetrating defensive tackle. Get in the backfield, tackles for loss, disrupt the timing, get the quarterback off his spot. All that. That's Ed Oliver, right? But he's gonna need somebody next to him though to really eat up some double teams, right? And so that's where like Jordan Phillips comes into play, who's injured right now. But we got Daquan Jones, who's been having a great year too. So I definitely want to see more out of Ed Oliver. I think across the defensive line, I think players are going to have to step up all across the board. Everybody is, outside of Daquan Jones. Because he's been doing this thing all year. Tim Settle been doing this thing too, right? And so you need these guys: Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau, AJ Epinesa, Boogie Basham, Shaq Lawson. They all need to put up or shut up. And you know what? Donnie comes in here. Donnie, you bring up a good point. Donnie Foster says, Frazier needs to start putting constant pressure on teams. You know what? I actually like that idea because, when you think about Frazier's whole MO, right? He wants to only rush for and drop the rest in coverage, right? Get pressure with only 4, and that leaves you with 7 in coverage. That's his thing, right? But when you don't have a guy across the defensive line who can generate that type of sack pressure like Von Miller can, it may be time for you to manufacture some type of pressure. And I'm not saying to do it often. I am saying that you may need to increase the amount of pressure throughout these different games, right? At different moments in the game, right? Because you don't want these quarterbacks you just don't want to rely on guys just to get home with the 4, especially when you don't have Vaughn out there, right? Can Groot do it? Can Rousseau do it? Yeah, I think he can. Can Ed Oliver? Yeah, I think he can, right? You know what I'm saying? But how much are you going to rely on these guys to do that? I don't know how much longer you're going to just continue just to rush 4 only without manufacturing some type of pressure. I think he really has to do it. You may need to blitz some, right? Texas Flood says, Teron Johnson and Matt Milano blitzing. Yeah, man. You've got to do that, right? And especially when you're going up against a guy like Mike White. Get in his face. Right? I need guys to disrupt the timing from the wide receivers because we know he's a rhythm passer. But get in his face And if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up in the air, man, and try to bat these balls down. But we need to pressure these guys, man, like for real. Going forward. So yeah, that was a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, Donnie. I appreciate that. But yeah, I 100% agree with that. We definitely need more pressure. What do you guys think about that? Are you content with Leslie Frazier just rushing 4 only? I don't know. That's not me. Kobe says, yo, Poyer blitz. Yeah, I mean, mix it up, right? Mix it up. Mix it up. Safety blitz, nickel blitz, linebacker blitz, double A gap blitz. You know, with maybe you bring pressure with Milano and Edmonds. You know what I'm saying? Like on occasion. You don't want to do it too much. But when you have a guy like Trey White back, right? You got Jordan Poyer. You know, maybe we'll see Kyrie Elam. Hopefully. But when you got guys like that in the secondary, I think that lends itself more to being able to pressure guys, because you can trust those guys in the back end to hold up. Right. Silas comes in here with another super chat. Silas, I appreciate it, brother. He says, yo, Tim Settle needs to step up too. Phillips is hurt. So where's the flash and strength from? Tim, we saw in the preseason. We could use that next to Ed. Again, yeah, I agree. Tim Settle, man, he needs to do it as well, man. And so like I don't know the extent of Phillips' injury. I don't think anybody does, but he didn't participate. We'll see throughout the rest of the week, but it's likely he's probably not going to play. You know, I'm just going to go out there and say it's likely he won't play. And so, again, you're going to need other players to step up. Tim Settle can do it. I mean, I like Tim Settle, man. I like him a lot. I think he can do it. He definitely has the skill, the ability to do it. I remember in the preseason against the Colts, man, the way he threw, what's his name, man? It's Quentin Nelson. You guys remember that play? We threw Quentin Nelson into the lap of the quarterback, just tossed him like a rag doll. Like, that's the type of man strength, just freaking like a daggum gorilla, right? That's how strong my man Tim Settle is. And so he needs to step up again, like the entire defensive line needs to do it. And I 100% believe it's going to happen, right? I definitely believe it's going to happen. Let's keep it moving, guys. You know, I can't go throughout the show without mentioning a certain individual, right? I have to talk about a certain individual. But before I get into the individual, let me get into this super chat from my man, Dog. What's up, Dog? Shout out, baby. He says, yo, I like to see combinations on the D-line depending upon the ops. We have interchangeable players that can slide in to play defensive tackle. Pressure. I'd like to see a hat on a hat, which would make individuals responsible for one-on-ones. Dog, I mean, you're right on, brother. You're right on, man. I mean, combinations, yeah, across the D-line, depending on the opponents. Yeah, I mean, we have to, right? I'm not too sure. Like, I seen somebody earlier talking about like Ed Oliver, a defensive end. Like, that's not going to happen, right? That's just not his thing. That's not his thing. But we do know, like you had mentioned players that can slide in and play defensive tackle. We do know that Greg Rousseau can do that, right? On a lot of stunts and twists. Like he can be lined up outside and then stunt inside, right, and bring pressure from the interior position, right? And so that's kind of what he did in Miami. And so, yeah, he can definitely do that. I think we have to be a little bit more creative. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, another person, and since we're on this topic, another person, man, that really needs to put up, man. And let me go ahead and create a banner for him. And this is no diss, right? This is no diss to my man, but Leslie Frazier, right? I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, what I'm saying? Like your coaching chops. Like, I need to know. So now your star-studded pass rusher, a future Hall of Famer, is out for the year with the torn ACL. Now, what are you going to do, Leslie? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to compensate for his loss, his absence across the defensive line? So Frazier needs to step up, man. Frazier and really the entire defensive coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? And so Yeah, and I have faith in these coaches to do it. I really do. I definitely do. The good thing is like right now we don't have any guys who are really going to be like running around, escaping the pocket. I mean, Mike White, nah. You know what I'm saying? Tua, nah. You know what I'm saying? I mean that third game, when we play uh Justin Fields and the Bears, yeah, that's going to be a different story, right? But until then, no, I'm not concerned about it. And so I think Frazier is going to have to step up, man. He's going to have to put up, um, increase the blitz rate. I need to see that. Be creative with your defensive packages, right? And so I'm looking forward to that. I really think that these guys are going to do it, right? I think he's going to do it. Let me let me see here. So, as I was saying, there's a certain individual that we have to talk about, right? We have to talk about, and I know a lot of people are they're kind of tired of talking about it, but hey, it is what it is, right? I mean, we have to do it. So it's none other than OBJ, OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. Where's my man Odell going? Right? Where's my man Odell Beckham Jr. going? I don't know. I mean, we saw it yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, right? He was on his little tour. He was out there in Dallas doing his thing, taking in the sights at a Mavericks game. He was there with Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Diggs' little brother. And yo, man, it was a media frenzy almost. While the guy was freaking just trying to watch a game. I mean, media in Dallas was all over him. And so there he was, right? There was a lot of talk that came out of Dallas, man, about OBJ and about the Cowboys. Jerry Jones talking, and Jerry Jones, man, all of a sudden started talking about his injury. And I mean, he had mentioned earlier about how he wasn't confident in signing OBJ without seeing him work out. But then he puts out some stuff, about his injury, possibly, not being fully healthy, and he may not play this year and all that kind of stuff. And so um there's a whole lot of talk about that, right? A whole lot of conversation. But man, I don't know if he's ready. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows outside of OBJ and his team, right? But it is an interesting thought, right? I mean, because he's supposed to make a decision here. I mean, they said mid this week. I mean, today's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's middle of the week. So maybe tomorrow, or maybe the end of this week. I don't know. But where's he going? Who is he going to choose? I think the multi-year deal thing, because I think that's what he's looking at. That may be out of the question, right? It may be out of the question, especially. I mean, look, man. Like if you're not working out for these teams, if you're not going to work out and show us what you got. You're not. We're not going to sign you to a multi-year deal. He's just going to have to just bite the bullet. Understand the position that he's in is as unfortunate as it is. Bite the bullet. You know what I'm saying? Just do a team-friendly, 1-year deal, which ain't even really a whole year, right? See if you can have some type of an impact on the team that you choose, and hit free agency the following season, right? See if you can win you a championship, and then hit free agency. Because if he's healthy enough to play, right, and contribute, um, I think it bodes well for him to go on a 1-year deal, flash in these last few games and into the playoffs, and then try to earn that lucrative deal next year. That's what I think. Maybe best, but what I'm saying, like, I don't know. I mean, there's talk that he wants a multi-year deal, but I just don't see him. I don't see any team giving it to him under the current circumstances. You know, so yeah, man. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But if he is healthy, I mean, come on now. I mean, I don't see how you can say he won't be valuable to this team. You look at his skill set, you look at what he brings to the table on the field. The guy's a very good player. Very good player. I mean, just not even a full year removed in the Super Bowl, we saw it, right? Before the injury, I mean, he was well on his way to becoming the Super Bowl MVP of that game. So I don't think that he all of a sudden just doesn't have it anymore. It all has to do with his injury and how well he's able to come back off of it, which none of us know, and we just haven't seen it yet. But I mean, that's going to be big news. It's going to be big news until he makes a decision, right? So as much as we may not want to talk about it, we have to talk about it because, I mean, it's huge, right? And don't act like if we get news all of a sudden, being after dark tonight, we get news across the ticker. Breaking news. OBJ signs with the Buffalo Bills. Like, don't act like you won't be excited. Okay. I know you're going to be excited. Everybody will. I know I will. So don't even front. Don't even front. But I was thinking, I was like, dang, OBJ, man, just watching the way he like the when he was in Dallas, how they just kind of put, just rolled out the red carpet for him. I think he likes that kind of stuff, though. Right? What do you think? I don't. To me, I mean, I'm not calling him a diva because I don't know the guy, and I'm not saying he's a diva. I'm just thinking that he likes it. He may enjoy the attention. I think he likes. And I could be flat wrong, but this is just my outside perception. I think he enjoys the lifestyle and everything that comes with being a high-profile professional athlete. You can't really knock the guy, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he started his year in New York, right? Got traded to the Browns, which he didn't really like, right? And then gets traded, and then gets traded to the Rams in Los Angeles. Boom, bright lights, L.A., Super Bowl, bam. Well, so now he's on this tour that he finished, where he went back to New York, goes to Buffalo, and then goes to Dallas. I don't think he's going to New York. I just don't think that team is ready right now. Maybe next year, that could be a different story. But right now, I don't think they're ready, right? So it's between the Bills and the Cowboys, in my opinion. Well, if a guy really enjoys the lifestyle that comes with being a high-profile professional athlete, he likes going to these professional games. He likes going to these Mavericks games, the NBA games, and all this kind of stuff. He enjoys that lifestyle. I mean, and he may like playing in a dome. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no shade on Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless he goes to like Toronto, you know what I'm saying, and catches a Raptors game. Like, I really just don't know if he would choose Buffalo over Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Considering what they have to offer. And plus the team is very good right now. But I could be completely wrong. Odell could be like, I'm not really feeling this right now. At my stage in my career, I just want to win a championship. I don't care about all this. I've got time to I've lived this luxury life. I've done all this. I just want to win. Maybe that's his mindset now. I don't know, but we'll find out. All right, we'll definitely find out. I see somebody in here, man, and I think it's the troll, man, talking about Gabe Davis for MVP, man. That is flat. That is straight cap. That is straight cap, man. Gabe Davis MVP. Never going to happen in a million years. And Lucy has OBJ, he loves attention. And he can back it up. Oh, he can back it up. There's no doubt about that. He definitely can back it up. So I'm just trying to imagine what our team will look like with OBJ. I mean, you've got Diggs. I mean, because look, Diggs, straight alpha dog, right? Straight up alpha dog. Who else on the team in the wide receiver room is an alpha dog receiver? Is it Gabe Davis? No. Isaiah McKenzie? No. Khalil Shakir? No. Who else? John Brown? He's not an alpha. I mean, he's still you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, nah. But I ain't sleeping on John Brown though. I like me some John Brown, for real. But what I'm saying is Odell is a straight up alpha dog, and if he's healthy, and he can play, if he can contribute, you match him up with Stephon Diggs, it's lights out. It's lights out. And I think you can slide him in the slot position, and you can keep Gabe Davis outside, right? And then Gabe would be matched up with like the third corners. Then you run 10 personnel. You go 4 wide, and you bring out Smoke. Oh, can y'all imagine that? Can you imagine outside you got Diggs, Smoke, Davis, and Odell? You just can't stop it. You're not going to be able to stop it. So yeah, Odell on this team would be a huge upgrade if he's healthy. All right. Again, I'm not out here saying he's a diva, man, because I don't know, right? I don't know, man. That's his perception, right? I mean, people were saying, you know, Diggs was a diva, right? Diggs came to Buffalo. He's nothing but, right? He ain't nothing like the perception. And so I'm not buying into that. I'm not buying into that at all, man. At all. But back on this wide receiver room, man. Yo, Smoke. Yeah, I see you guys in here talking about it. Jason says, Smoke was a beast at returner. Okay, I guess you guys are talking about the return game, right? But Mike Carlo said, Smoke. I'm definitely intrigued in seeing Smoke on the field more. We saw a little bit of him. He was on the field against the Patriots. I think it may have been one play that I remember seeing it, and I think he took the top off, and it may have just been eye candy, right? But I seen him. I think he was on the bottom of the screen, the left hand side of the field, the far side. He ran. I don't know if it was a post or an out. I think or something. I think he ran deep. He ran deep and got behind either the corner or the safety. I'm like, dang, Smoke still got it, man. At least looking at that play, Smoke still got it. He still got it, man. So yeah, and then the fact that they brought him up so quickly lets you know what they think about Smoke, and especially his where he's at right now in his career. I mean, for a guy to be literally like on the couch to get the call up, and then what a few days later he's in the game. He gets called up from the practice squad to the 53-man roster, and he's in the game against the Patriots. Like Smoke, I think we're going to see a lot more out of Smoke. I'm probably going to see more out of him against the Jets. Right. So yeah. And Brian Bowers, I agree. Brian Bowers says, Smoke will be more involved going forward, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree. David Silver says, Smoke will get more involved in the coming weeks. Yeah. And then Hugh, I like this. Hugh Mungus says, Smoke could help us improve our red zone. I'm all about improving the red zone. Definitely more improved. I mean, definitely all about improving our red zone. Jason N says, Rev, that picture of OBJ, Diggs, Davis, and Smoke at 4 wideouts would look sweet. Dude, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it though? Like how can you stop that? The only let me tell you this. When if the Buffalo Bills sign Odell Beckham, right? And they trot out, they break the huddle. They break the huddle. And they trot out Stephon Diggs, Odell Beckham, Gabe Davis, Smoke, 4 wide, empty set. How are you going to stop that? The only thing that's stopping that is Spencer Brown. I had to say it. Man. The only thing that's stopping that type of weaponry would be Spencer Brown, because that fool can't pass protect to save his life, man. Oh my goodness, man. Spencer Brown, bro. Dang, he's like hurt. He's hurting the offense so bad. Like Josh, there was a play. I think it was that play, man. I'm trying to, golly, man. I wish I could find that clip. But there was a clip when I'm talking about where Smoke was running deep, and Josh he hit somebody else. I can't remember who it was instead, but I'm watching it. I'm watching that clip, and it looked like Josh was going to smoke. I think he wanted to hit him over the top because he got behind the secondary. He had like ran it out route, and then he was like running almost like a go route almost, and got behind the defense and kind of pushed out towards the sideline sort of. And I think Josh was looking his way because he was kind of backing up his way and he was about to throw it to him, but freaking Spencer Brown let pressure into my man Josh, and he had to come off his read and dump it underneath for somebody else. I can't remember who it was. I got to find that clip, man. I got to find that clip. But Spencer Brown, man, yo, he is that dude right there, man. He is freaking. I don't know what to say about that guy. He has been playing. He's been so awful in pass protection. He has not improved one single bit in that department. Now, you let him run block, you let him get out there and run block, that's a different story, right? That's a different story. But dang, man, the guy can't, he's a freaking walking turnstile. He might as well, like, it's at the snap, he might as well just step over. Just slide to the side. Maybe slide to the side. Slide to the left. That's all he needs to do. Just move. Because him in pass protection, it ain't working out. And any old body can, I mean, look, I can get behind. I think I can get pressure on Josh, on Spencer Brown. I'm capping. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's too easy for these defensive ends. Way too easy. Golly, man. Like this. Yo, what my man Brian Bowers? He said, yo, and you said I'm petty, Rev. I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Like, we need, and then we're talking about Dawson Knox, right? Because there's been a lot of talk about Dawson Knox and like where has he been this year? And man, that contract is looking bad. I'll tell you what Dawson has been. He's been freaking blocking. That's what Dawson Knox has been. He's been helping out Spencer Brown's bum self. That's where he's been. Because Spencer Brown has proven that he cannot handle anybody one-on-one. I don't care who it is. And my man Dawson Knox is like, yo, I'm having to eat, some of these numbers. I'm having to, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I'm having to help you out. I got to stay in here and chip. I got to block. That's what's happened with Dawson. The dude has a block. He has a chip, man, because freaking Spencer Brown is trash. Oh, dude. And the problem is, by now, there's nothing we can do about it. We cannot improve that position. It's far too late in the season. Far too late. Far too late, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, dude. I do not understand how you can be so bad. So bad. And you got my man Quessenberry. At least he's not a left tackle. He was atrocious. Golly. I'm surprised Josh survived that game against the Patriots. It was so bad. So bad. I ain't never seen anything like that before in my life. But anyway, so let's hope, please, that Deion Dawkins can get back. And I think Deion's like, I'm trying to get back as fast as I can, fam. I'm trying to hurry up and get back so I can protect Josh. Because that man's about to die out there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta protect my man. That's what Deion is saying. So anyway, yeah. Brown is buns, dude. He's bad. He's bad. Unless the Bills all of a sudden move into like a heavy run scheme, I don't know why they got Spencer Brown. I don't. Yeah, Donnie said, yo, facts. Big for nothing. Big for nothing. I cannot stand, man, to see big dudes who have all this supreme talent, athleticism, all of that, and they just don't maximize their potential. They never reach it. They don't have that dog in them. They look terrible. Big for nothing. It makes me so mad. I'm like, bro, why are you that big? Why are you that big and you suck so bad? How is that possible? You should be dominating, right? Golly, bro. I'm like, yo, can we like give that gift to somebody else? Take that away from that person and put it on somebody else. You know, dang man. Oh, it's terrible. Anyway, I didn't mean for Spencer Brown to take me down a tangent. So forgive me. But anyway, nevertheless, let's keep it moving, man. We've got a game. We have got ourselves a game this Sunday against the New Jersey Jets. Now, we got to talk about this game because this is rematch, man. This is the Bills' revenge tour, right? This is the Bills' revenge tour. And it starts with the Jets. And the Jets can get all the smoke, man. They can get it all. I'm telling you right now, man. They can get it. Like, don't think for 1 second, that the Bills have not circled this game. Okay? Don't think for 1 second. They definitely did. There's no way the Bills should have lost that game. Right? The first matchup, the Bills lost 17-20. They made Zach Wilson look like a Pro Bowl player. Right? I mean, they really did. Bills played bad. Josh was bad. 18 for 34, 205 yards in the air, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Bad game. Okay? Just an overall bad game. But when you look at it now, and I'm gonna give him some credit. The Jets were a better team than I thought. And they are led by their defense. 100% led by their defense. That defense is championship caliber defense. Very good. Robert Saleh has done a great job with that defense. And it also helps when when you got top draft picks. Right. I mean, you can just add elite players, in the draft. That helps too. But nevertheless, we saw some things happen. We saw some things from them. Right. What we saw, namely, and get this, as good as they were, we still could have won the game. Lost by 3. Had Josh not thrown a couple of those picks, it would have been a different story. So as much as we struggle, like at certain times we beat ourselves, man, right? We beat ourselves. It's like, yo, if we just correct 1 or 2 things, this team could seriously be looking at being undefeated right now. But shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? They still faced the formidable team. And the Jets defensively were very good. Very good. Okay? And what I noticed they did, especially on defense. And I thought, and this is what I thought. That guy Sauce Gardner, man, talking a lot of talk, right? Just running his mouth. Acting like he's this and that. I thought my man was going to be following Diggs throughout the game. Did he do it? No, he didn't do it. Instead, what he did was he went over to Gabe Davis, and the scheme had DJ Reed on Diggs with safety help. So they bracketed Stephon Diggs with their cornerback 2 and the safety, and then put Sauce, the number 1 lockdown corner, on Gabe Davis. Right? Good strategy, right? Good strategy. In certain cases, you would hope that there would be another outlet for Josh, or somebody else would step up. It didn't really happen to the degree it needed to. Excuse me. And so I foresee a lot of that happening again this game, right? I think they're going to do the same thing. Sauce is not going to travel. He's not going to follow Diggs. They're going to put Sauce on Gabe, They're going to double Diggs like they did last time, right? But here's the thing. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. We got Smoke. And we talked about it earlier, right? We talked about Smoke getting more opportunity. I think this is the game. All right, because when you look at it, when you got double coverage on Diggs, and then you got your number one on Gabe, if you put Smoke out there, right, as a third weapon who can take the top off the defense, I think that's where you can exploit them. Right? You can exploit them there. Like, Gabe is not going to beat Sauce one-on-one. He's just not going to do it. Okay? And so you're going to need somebody else. That's where Smoke comes in. Smoke blow the top off. Smoke get some of those underneath routes, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where we see a difference in the passing game. Additionally, I think we can see more out of Nyheim Hines maybe in the passing game to a degree. But even James Cook, excuse me, even James Cook, and where'd he go? I'm sorry. Yeah, Adam Shepard says James Cook with the check down. There we go. There we go. James Cook is starting to prove why he was a second-round draft pick. It's taken him a while, right? Rookie, second-round draft pick. But when you look at his upside, you look at his skill set, you look at the man's speed, his ability to catch these balls, man, right? Like to be almost like a de facto receiver out of the backfield, check downs, and he can run routes, right? But I think they're developing him slowly in that area. But out of the backfield, check down, boom, give him the ball early, let him make some guys miss and use his speed. I think we see more of that in this game, right? I'm thinking, man, James Cook might start to get more touches than my man Motor. I'm thinking it may go that way. It's because of how explosive James Cook is. Right? And so when you look at the offense and you look at my man James Cook, you see, like, you guys saw it, right? You guys saw it against the Patriots. That brother, man, yo, he hit this. There was like a 28-yard run. Yo, he hit that thing, man, and he was gone. It looked amazing. Like, his speed, ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. And so the way the offensive line is blocking in the run game now bodes well for guys like him and Motor, right? They're totally different players. But man, you cannot. There's one thing you can't coach, and you can't coach speed. That's something that Motor does not have, that James Cook does have. James Cook has explosive, blow the top off speed. You give this guy a crease, you give him some space, yo, and he's gone. He's gone. And James Cook looked very good against the Patriots, right? What were his numbers? Let me pull them up. I want to see this. Let's see here. I want to take a look at his numbers against the Patriots. All right, so he was 14 for 64, right? 14 for 64 in the run game. Let me pull it up again. Guys, my phone is blowing up, man. Okay, where is it at? Where is he at? James Cook. Okay, yeah, 14 for 64 against the Patriots. 28-yard was his long. And then receiving, he was 6 for 41. Average 6.8 yards per reception. 6.8 yards per reception. Yo, that is very good. That's very good. He's almost a walking first down. At least if you give it to him on first down, right? Check down. Get him out of the backfield, boom. If he's getting 6.8 per pop, let's just round up to 7. Boom. That means it's second and short. You can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? And then he's getting 4.6 per carry. Like he's, he can be an X factor, right? He definitely can be an X factor. And I want to let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Which player or players do you think on the Bills team? Let's look at the offensive side of the ball first. Which player or players do you think will be the key to victory? You know what I'm saying? Like which would be a standout player, a player that boom, if this guy, shows up, it's a wrap, it's a game. Which player do you think, or players? I definitely think Smoke, if he plays, which I think he's going to play. I'm definitely on the James Cook bandwagon. I think James Cook definitely needs to do it, right? Chris 716 says, yo, Hines. Jason N says Hines. Yeah, man. Definitely, man. I want to see some more Hines too. I'm getting a whole lot of Diggs. Yeah, man. Diggs always, right? Right. And even if he's double covered, man, you'll still throw him the ball, man. Like that's what you do to your alphas. I don't care if they're double covered. You still throwing the ball. Now, if they're in triple and quadruple coverage, that's a different story, right? You know what I'm saying? But yo, double coverage, nothing. It's all right. Diggs can still beat it. So Diggs is still going to be the man. You don't want to just go away from him just because you see bracket coverage. No, man. I mean, because shoot, let me go back. Let me go back a little bit. Because Diggs, even though they lost, Diggs still had a pretty decent game. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up the numbers. Where was it at? Yeah, Diggs still went 5 for 93 in that game. So, I mean, he still produced, man, even with double coverage. 5 for 93, 18.6 per reception. So you don't want to just go away from Diggs just because he's double covered or bracketed. No, throw him the ball, right? So I definitely want to see Diggs. Yeah, he's gonna do his thing. I like James Cook. I like Nyheim Hines. Dawson Knox. Yeah, man. The only thing with Dawson Knox is I think he just has to block because freaking Spencer Brown is so bad. Gosh, man, like that's it, yo. Like he's so bad. But if I'm not mistaken, let me see if I can pull it up here a little bit. Where did it go? Where did it go? My man Yeston T. Harris, contributor on the Buffalo Fanatics. He wrote a piece about Dawson Knox. He wrote a piece about Dawson Knox and about, like what's going on with him, right? It was entitled "The Dawson Knox Problem," and talking about like what's different with Dawson Knox this year. And he was looking at his stats this year compared to this point last season. And they're pretty close, right? They're pretty close. Last year through the first 11 games. Matter of fact, let me share my screen so you guys can see it. Let me share my screen. And I implore you guys to go out there and check out that article. Go to the buffalofanatics.com and check out the article from Yeston T. Harris entitled "Buffalo Bulletin: The Dawson Knox Problem." It'll let you know in depth like what's really going on with Dawson Knox, and it may not be as bad as we think it is, right? So let me share my screen here a little bit here while we're in an hour and 18 and some change. Shout out to everybody who's joining me right now. Do me this favor, smash that like and hit the subscribe button if you don't mind. Let me go ahead and where's it at? There it is. Boom, boom. Let me know if you can see. You guys see that? Can you see it clearly? So right here, we got comparisons from last year to this year. So through the first 11 games, Yeston says Dawson Knox receptions, this is 40 receptions, 56 targets last year through 11 games. This year is 33, right? And targets, right? Targets. And receptions is 7 less receptions, but targets is 13 less targets. All right. Yards per catch through the first 11 games of last year, 489 to 327 this year. Okay. His catch percentage, 71.4 last year, 76.7 this year through the first 11 games. But here is the big key. This is the big difference right here. It's in the touchdown department. Last year through the first 11 games, Dawson Knox had 8 touchdowns. This year, only 2. Only 2. All right? And so his catch rate is better, right? His catch percentage is better. He's not getting the targets like he did last year, and he's not getting the touchdowns as he did last year, right? And so he goes on talking about the solution. And I think right here, it's in the red zone. How do we fix a problem like this? He says, it's the red zone offense. If we can get Dawson Knox involved more in the red zone, if we can get him involved more in the red zone, I think that'll bode well for the offense, right? Because, I mean, I don't think his role is going to change much this year, especially 11 games in to the season, especially when he has to help out Spencer Brown and Chip and stuff like that. And so I think once the Bills get into the red zone, I think that's where we can see some more usage, or where we should see some more usage out of Dawson Knox. But get the man involved in the red zone, man. I mean, he's a red zone nightmare. Mismatch. 6'5", 6'6", big target, right, for Josh. Get him involved. And so, as it relates to the Jets game, yeah, I think Dawson Knox will be a key guy that I think if he can have a good game, then I think the Bills definitely will win as well. Okay. Who else? Anybody else on the offensive side of the ball? I think we probably just covered it, right? Now, what about on the defensive side? What about across the defense? On the defensive side of the ball. Now, mind you, against the Jets last time, we didn't have Trey. Right? Trey did not play. Who else did not play that's playing now? Was did Milano play? Or did no. Poirier was out. Poirier was the guy that was out. So Poirier was out. And we know we're when Poirier is out, we lose. When Poirier is played, we've won every single game. So we're undefeated when Poirier plays. So you don't have Poirier. We didn't have Trey, obviously. Was Edmonds out too? You guys let me know. Confirm that. Anyway, we had a lot of guys that were out. Okay. Oh, man. Did we have all three of these guys out? Greg, Elam, and Poirier? Oh, man. Come on now. Like, dude, like, those are like staples of your defense, man. All 3 levels. Defensive line and then secondary, right? Well, not all 3 levels, 2 levels. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so now we're getting guys healthy. We're getting them back. So Trey White is back, right? Garrett Wilson is not going to go off like he did, right? Edmonds is back. He's healthy. Knock on wood, Matt Milano can come out of this knee injury. He's day-to-day, but I think he'll be fine. He plays. Hopefully, with everything is going on with Sean McDermott and Kyrie Elam, they can get that thing rectified and Kyrie get on the field. Look about this. Oh, my gosh. All right, I'm not going to go on a tangent, but I don't know what in the world is going on with McDermott and this Kyrie Elam thing. I know what he said last week about wanting to see what they had out of Xavier Rhodes, but come on, man. Like, why are you tinkering? Like, this is your first-round draft pick. Christian Benford, you put on IR. Dane Jackson has played like garbage. You've got your first-round draft pick here, who you've been playing in and out with Christian Benford up until this point, and now all of a sudden, this late in the season, I just want to see what we got in Xavier Rhodes, so he's going to be a healthy scratch. Are you kidding? What is that? What is that? There has to be something more to it than that, right? I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. McDermott needs to stop tinkering. If he's tinkering, cut it out. Cut it out. In my opinion, I think this is what hurts guys' development, right? That's when you tinker. In and out, in and out. Man, play that guy, man. First round pick. Stick him in there and let him play the whole year. Let him learn on the job training. Anyway. Let me get off my back. So we got Trey White back. We've got Jordan Poirier back. We've got Edmonds. We're likely going to have Milano. I need to see Kyer Elam, right? We got Greg Rousseau back. That's 6 guys. Right? Who else? We're not going to have Vaughn, but I think just those guys alone, though. Those guys alone, man. Getting Poyer, yo, I'm serious. Like, as good as Mike White has looked, he is not going to dice up the Bills secondary when you got Trey White and Jordan Poyer back, especially when you have Tremaine Edmonds covering the middle of that field. That is going to be, look, I'm telling you right now, Mike White is not, he's going to be seeing ghosts. He's not going to have, the guys are not going to be open. That's why I said earlier, it was that coverage aspect of it. We may not get the pressure up front, but I think the coverage aspect, just by having these guys back, having a guy like Trey White back, having Jordan Poyer back, having Tremaine Edmonds in the middle of the field, having those 3 alone man, look here. It's going to cause Mike White fits. It's going to cause him fits because it's going to ruin the timing. And then guys like Ed Oliver, Groot maybe even, will be able to get to him. Get him scrambling, get him out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I think, look, oh man, I'm excited about it because I think this is going to be a completely different scenario this go around. Completely different scenario this go around. I'm not dissing the Jets. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving props because they have a very good defense. But when you look at the last game and who we had missing versus who we have coming now, and then the addition that we're going to have on offense to Smoke Brown, I think Smoke is going to be playing. All we need is for the offensive line to do its job. Just protect Josh in the pocket. Get a man. Can you give him a 1.5 seconds in the pocket, Spencer Brown? Can you do that for me, please? Give him at least a second and a half. Okay? Man, give him some time, and Josh is going to slice and dice these guys up. The defense is going to shut these guys down. They're not running on us. And in fact, we're probably going to run the ball even more. I think there's going to be a totally different game. Completely different game. Scott Van Loo comes in here with the super chat. Scott, I appreciate it, baby. He says, I think the cornerback 2 we got a watch on the Jets are Eccles and Gardner. Okay. They didn't let any of our receivers catch anything last game. Josh Allen's got to be on point. Well, yeah, well, Sauce, and I mentioned this earlier, Scott. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yo, so what they did was they bracketed Diggs. They doubled. They had Reed on Diggs with safety help over the top. Right, that's the cornerback 2, is DJ Reed. They had him with Diggs bracketed with the safety. And then they put Sauce on Gabe Davis. So they put the number 1 on our number 2 and doubled our number 1 and made Josh have to go elsewhere. Okay? I think they're going to do the same thing. But what I think is going to be different is that we're going to have Smoke Brown. Okay? So now we got Smoke, and then we can incorporate Isaiah McKenzie as well. All right, but Smoke definitely blowing the top off the defense. Okay? While McKenzie's underneath. I think leaking out to Dawson Knox on occasion. Right? I think throwing the ball to James Cook out of the backfield, checking it down. I think that's going to bode well. And I think our improved run game, if we run the ball on them a little bit more too, I think that all that's going to bode well. And then when we get in the red zone, we're going to score touchdowns. I think we're going to be fine in this game. Right? It's going to be a completely different outcome. Completely different outcome. Right? John Williams says, yo, Gabe Davis needs to catch the rock. Man, he does. He does. But man, when you got a guy like Sauce on him, you know what I'm saying? Like Gabe, first of all, Gabe is not that guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a number 1 receiver. He's barely a number 2. And I mean barely. So when you have him going up against a guy like Sauce, he's likely not going to get free. So you're going to need other guys to get open. And that's why I think John Brown, Smoke Brown is going to come to play. Isaiah McKenzie, Dawson Knox, James Cook. Okay. That's what I need to see happen. And then mixture of the running game, right? Oh, man, I already see it. So, and I think I've already kind of talked about it here, but I wanted to get into a conversation about the keys to a big dubs, man. And check this out.
Big dubs! Big dubs!
So, keys to big dubs. All right, off the top, I think, first of all, And this is where it always starts. It starts in the trenches. We need our offensive line to protect Josh Allen. If our offensive line can protect Josh Allen, I'm talking to you, Spencer Brown. Because everybody else is all right. It's just you. Unless Questenberry has to play, and then it's both of y'all. But if we can protect Josh Allen, I think we'll be fine. Secondly, we're going to need some secondary players to step up, some role players. Diggs is going to get his. He went 5 for 93 against him and against double coverage last time they played. He's going to do the same thing again this week, right? We need role players. Gabe Davis needs to step up. I'm not too sure how much he's going to step up if he has Sauce Gardner on him. I don't know about that, but if John Brown plays, John Brown, James Cook, Dawson Knox, right? Those guys getting involved. Neither one of them really have to go off. It just needs to be a mixture. I think if Josh can really just distribute the ball to those guys and they can be effective, get in the end zone, we'll be fine. Running game. I think we can incorporate the ground game more to this time because we started to see the ground game pick up, and it's picking up some steam, and it's keeping defenses honest and on their heels. Right? It's going to play well for the play action game because eventually somebody's going to try to step up. They may bring a safety in the box. I don't know. I doubt it. We'll see. Depends on how well we run the ball. But nevertheless, we can run it. If they want to sit there and play that cover 2 shell, whatever, fine. We can run the ball against them. I think we'll be fine. Defensively, we're going to need a game from our defensive line. If they don't get to I almost said Zach Wilson, but to Mike White, get the hands up in the air, right? Because we know this is a rhythm passing team, especially with Mike White. Get your hands in the air. Groot, 6'6", long arms, get your hands in the air. That's what I need these guys across the defensive line to do, right? Play sound. The back end, Trey White doing his thing. Jordan Poyer doing his thing. Tremaine Edmonds doing his thing. We're going to be fine. That's my keys. Like, just having these guys back healthy across the defense, I don't see us losing. But we definitely need to protect Josh Allen. What do you guys say? What do you guys say? Let me know from you guys. I want to know what your thoughts on keys to big dubs. Jason N says, bring that all, man. Diggs, Smoke, Davis, Cook, Hines, Knox, and McKenzie. There you go. Bring out all the big guns, man. All the big guns. Hold on. Wario and Luigi says, yo, guys, we're forgetting Crowder's coming back. Hold on, Wario. I don't know about that, man. Did I miss something? I don't think Crowder's eligible to come back. I thought he was out for the year. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I haven't heard anything like that. Rick Woodland says, yo, Motor. Okay. We'll see. I think a combination of them two, right? Motor and Moss, but I think Moss, God, I can't believe I said Moss. Motor and Cook, right? But the good thing is I think Cook is starting to get more reps because of that explosive element. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on a second. Yo, I've got to give a shout out to my man. Yo, long time no see. Yo, Jeff King in the house. Jeff, brother, man, yo, it is so good to see you, man. Jeff comes in with a super chat. Jeff, I appreciate it. He says, yo, good to see you, Rev. Gotta be honest. I don't care what happened the first game. I think we stomped a dog, you know what, out of them this game. Go Bills. Jeff, that's what I'm on right now. And I'm going to get into that with the score predictions here right now. I definitely believe that, man. Like, yeah, last game, we had injuries, man, right? And the defense is good, no doubt. The defense is good. But when we get these guys, we got these guys coming back. Trey White, Jordan Poyer, Tremaine Edmonds. That alone is enough, right? And then I don't see Josh Allen throwing multiple interceptions and having the game that he had against him like he did last week. No, like he did last game. No, not at all. I think they've turned over a new leaf. And this team, this Bills at home, are going to beat the brakes off of these guys. That's what I think. Even with Mike White, even though their offense is supposedly, quote unquote, a little bit more efficient than Zach Wilson, I think we are going to make him miserable in this game. And we're going to blow them out. I have been waiting for a 40 burger from this team since the Titans game, and I have not gotten it yet. Could it be? Could it be that we get it against the Jets? What do y'all think? Silas, what do you tell me, man? You a Jersey brother? What do you think, my man? Are we getting a 40 burger from my man this week? You guys let me know. But this is the time for score predictions. So give me your score predictions right now. Big Jets at home, Highmark Stadium Sunday. What are your score predictions, baby? I saw one earlier. Let me go back to it. Where is it at? Drop it in the chat. Oh, where'd it go? It was an early one too, man. I think it was like 38-17. But I could be wrong. I lost it. But anyway, you guys give me your score predictions. I'm scrolling through the chat right now trying to find the score predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Is it going to be a close game like it was the last matchup? Or are we going to knock these guys out? WB2DX says, yo, Bills, 31. New Jersey Jets. You got that right. 10. Love it. Jim Graham says, yo, no red zone turnovers. That is a key to big dubs. 1,000%, Jim. Trust the process, says ball control. Absolutely. Yo. 9-3, it's over, bro. 9-3, it's over. Yeah, man. Let's see. Where we at? John Williams comes in 28-10. Bills. Big game. Big one. Jeff B comes in here with talking about keys to big dubs. He says, yo, get off the freaking field on third down defense. That's what we need for big dubs. 1,000%, Jim. I think we're going to do it. Let me see. What other score predictions do we have in here? Score predictions. Here it is. Live with ASAP. 35-17 Bills. Day Trooper. 24-13 Bills. This is what I'm talking about. Jim Graham, 35-10 Bills. Rick Woodland, 31-17 Bills. There we go. See, so this is not close. This is not close. Silas says it too, man. Yo, he said, yo, no, it ain't going to be close like it was last time. No, 31-17 Bills. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Jason in 42-21 Bills. Hey, WB2DX, yo, hey, Bills 50, Jets 0. Man, wouldn't that be something? Bangarang 74 says, yo, Bills by Corjillion. That's a lot. Anthony Jones, 35-17 Bills. Glenn says, yo, I like whoever said 38-17 Bills. There we go. That's kind of where I'm at, man. I think it's going to be a huge one. Oh, Juan Castillo. What's up, Juan? He says, yo, back-to-back 50 burgers the next 2 weeks. Oh, let's get it. Can you imagine the Bills? If the Bills put a 50 burger on these boys, yo. Oh, dude. Oh, man. I would absolutely love it. First of all, I don't think Sean McDermott would run up a score like that. I don't think he would do what the Cowboys did against the Colts. I don't think he'll do it. I think if it's a substantial lead and it's 40 to something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he'll pull off the dogs. But I would love just to see him just keep the foot on the gas. Bury these dudes. Bury everybody. And it's not just for the Jets, but it's a statement for the rest of the AFC. Let them know, we got this number 1 seed. We earned it, and we ain't letting it off. We ain't letting it go. If you want it back, you're going to have to get it from us because we ain't giving it up. Statement to the rest of the AFC. Bills by 1 billion, baby. Silas says, yo, I think it'll be close early, but these players got to play with pride. Go at these DBs. Man, you got that right. I think this is a game where Josh is going to say, man, forget it. Blank to the wall. I'm just going for it. You know what I'm saying? He's slinging that thing. That's what I think. Slinging it, baby. That's what I think is going to happen. We'll see. So my score prediction as we get ready to close out this show. I've been wanting a 40 burger for a very long time. And I'm going to give the Bills a 40 burger. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I like the 42 thing. 42 feels good. The way it rolls off the tongue, it feels good. Oh, Christopher says 45-18. Okay. I'm going to go with, let me put it in here. Let me see here. I think it's going to be a huge one. Ready? Here it is. Here's my score prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Bills 42. Jets 13. 42-13. Oh, man, Reagan. Yo, Reagan is here. Yo, he is trying to get Gabe Davis MVP. It ain't going to happen, Reg. All right, brother. But I got to put you in timeout. You came back with the nonsense. Anyway, 42-13, man. Bills, big win. Statement win. Like I said, not just of the Jets, not just of the AFC East, but the rest of the AFC. Everybody who thinks that they can get this number 1 seed back, we'll have another thing coming. Bills 42, Jets 13. Slam them. Completely slam them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on right now. That's what I want, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, I'm feeling so good about that. Golly. I'm feeling so good about that, man. You know how good I'm feeling about it? I'm feeling so good about that score and about what the Bills are going to do. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just kind of make me want to shout.
The Bills make me want to kick your heels up and throw your hands up and throw your head back and come on now. The Bills are making it happen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Stand up now, come on.
that is my time. Grace and peace to everybody who joined me tonight. Almost 200 strong in here. I appreciate you guys. Smash that like. The Bills are going to get this dub, baby. I think the Bills are going to go undefeated the rest of the way. We ain't losing another game, baby. We coming for it. We want that Lombardi trophy. So either you with us or you against us. It's all about the Bills, baby. It's all about the Bills. Mark Castillo. So cringe, but so good. It is so good, eh? That's it, man. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go Buffalo, man. Let's go Buffalo. Let's get this thing popping. Let's get another big dub. Right? Big dub. Stay on top of the AFC East. Stay on top of the AFC. Secure the number 1 seed all the way through the playoffs. Let's do it, baby. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, grace and peace. I'll see you next go round. And as always, let's go Buffalo. Let's get it, baby. Love y'all.
The Bills make me wanna. The Bills make me wanna kick your heels up and throw your hands up and throw your head back and come on now. The Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shout it right now, baby. Come on, come on. Come on and shout. Yeah. Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now. The Bills are happening now. They're making it happen now. We got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. make me wanna